An attorney's worst nightmare. Well, maybe not the only worst nightmare, but it's right up there. My name's Rachel King. I'm a strategic litigator. And what is one of the worst things that could happen? Oh my gosh, I'm about to tell you. So you're sitting in court. You've been over and over and over with your client what happened. You've asked as many open-ended questions as you can of your client so that you can try and get all of the information. What are open-ended questions? They're things like, who was there? Are there any issues with drugs in the past? Have you ever had any issues with alcohol in the past? Have you ever been arrested for any issues with alcohol in the past? Have you ever been arrested for any drug issues in the past? Have you ever had any concerns with domestic violence? Have you been arrested for domestic violence? Have you had a restraining order issued against you? Have you abused? All of these things that are open-ended enough to potentially, hopefully, trigger your client to provide the information that would be very helpful to know as you go into court to defend or to prove up a case, information that could be used against your client, right? We like to know what is going to happen so we can either prepare for it, or what I like to say is like take the wind out of the sail, right? Let's bring it up before it becomes a really big deal. I don't want to hide it. I want to just address it. So you ask all the open-ended questions. You try and get everything. You think, oh, I really, really have this. You tell the court, my client has never, ever had any run-ins with the law. Every allegation that is being made against my client is absolutely fabricated so that the other person can gain some kind of strategic advantage in this case. There are no issues of substance abuse. There are no issues of alcohol abuse. There is absolutely no concerns of domestic violence in the past. All of this is made up in this case. And I'm about to prove it. And the judge pauses and looks at you and says, well, except for that one time, and goes on to give you some kind of arrest record. And you go back to your client afterwards and you say, what? And your client says, well, you didn't ask me if I was ever blah, 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 blah. And it's like, dude, I asked you if ever there were any issues of substance abuse or arrests. No, I didn't ask you if you were ever arrested for possession of X, Y, and Z. But when I said if there was any drug arrests, I was encompassing that entire idea. Oh my gosh, that is like my worst nightmare if that were to happen, because I just want to know so that I know what I'm walking into. It's bad when the opposing attorney tells me something I don't know, but it's really bad when the judge tells me something I don't know.